I believe that love is a silent killer. It's a silent killer that shows
I call and response, and it's an exchange of energy. So when I say Afro ENT, y'all say all you got. And as much energy as you can give the artist, they can give you. This Afro ENT, we
With an opportunity, because this wasn't the life I lived.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This was I was on. I never wanted to be a rapper. I was just doing some other shit. But you know, when they say once you start to heal and you know you want to be the best version of yourself, I kind of just start letting what life was showing me. I just followed the journey, whatever the universe told me to do. Like when I got with poetry, it was like, yo, you know, I don't know how the soul's like, you should have been doing this, blood. Like you tripping, like you was out here doing some other shit. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah. So now when I get on, it's like now I got this opportunity. Why wouldn't I put somebody else on? Right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shout out to, I tell you, there's two integral people. One integral person, Tiffany, that's the play girl, poetic girl, old guy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, I'm gonna give her some flowers. Yeah. Because a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, don't realize how much they're there for you. Yeah. Or how much game they share with you. Yeah. And they're just being their authentic self. Exactly. But it's so many times that, you know what I'm saying, just admiring her, like coming in doing that over mic every week, starting to appreciate, like, damn, no matter what's going on in this woman's life, she's here providing love and light for the audience member. She's inspiring us. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn, and like that's what's up. And then just her believing in me, giving me some opportunities and shit. And, you know what I'm saying? And I think about reading off my phone the first time when I met you, at least. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just who he was at that point in time. And now look what's going on. Just like getting into this culture. It's like, I think that's the most satisfying thing is just growing and just, you know, doing, I feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Right. That's the most part that I get out of. Why I don't get tired. Like, it's what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, this is what the universe had planned for me. I should have been doing it. Like I said, I'm good at it, I guess. But, you know what I'm saying? It keeps growing. It keeps better. I keep meeting more and more talented artists. It's giving me the opportunity to meet, you know what I'm saying, like artists in Philadelphia, you know what I'm saying, us being able to go to Phoenix twice, I'm in Vegas twice, you going to New Orleans, you know what I'm saying, and performing, just being in Florida performing, and just these poets and these artists in these other areas and these spaces that I've met, and I'm like, damn, you know, and this is just, instead of being on something else, you know, just being my true self and being my true being and allowing the universe to show me the path in life and just following with like, hey, this is what I got for me. And look where it's got. Like, shit, I'm never gonna stop.
Yeah. No, real talk, man. Real talk. So you mentioned something about like healing and stuff like that. How is this? Let me ask you a real question, because you started doing stuff that deviates from the norm as a Black man, right? You don't see a lot of Black men talking about they doing culture, spoken word from our communities. Have you lost any friends? I know you saying that you got some good friends that say, hey, bro, you should have been doing this from the start. You know what I mean? So those are the good friends. Have you lost some friends doing poetry?
Yes, yes, I have.
Okay.
And once again, and this is part of why Tiffany was important to me, because I want to talk to her one day. And I told her my biggest concern about, you know, making the change in my life that I needed to make was like, I was scared that I was going to lose friends that I had for 20 and 30 years because they're not going to be part of my journey anymore. Yeah. And I was worried about that. And I was like, so whoever I become, you know, am I going to lose certain parts of me that I like? I like being a kind of like funny dude. Like, I'm not going to be as funny or, right. You know, I'm kind of scared to move into this transition. And that's what she told me, like, don't worry about it. You'll find your tribe, you know, as you go through this. So, you know, his friends just start falling off. And, you know what I'm saying? That's why I even put it in my poem. And I was like, I paid the real price to lose family and friends. And it was like a no-win situation contemplated between being a spoken word artist or another nigga out here. And he's so lost. Yeah, that's where that born. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I share my healing through my poetry. That's what my poetry is. Right. It's really me telling me my journey of healing in certain situations. And funny you brought that up, but that's the line. That's exactly what that line means in there. And it's like, but I gotta keep going. You know, I don't miss them as much as I thought I would. Like, I still love them. If I see you in the street, check the deuce like that. But you know what I'm saying? Whatever I have to be on, and, you know what I'm saying? But you will lose family members and friends. Yeah. And elevation sometimes requires separation sometimes, man. You know what I mean? And it ain't like it's bad. It just means that y'all going two different ways. You feel me? Like he said, he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. And along those lines, and we talking about, you just spit a line from one of the poems, and
I want to say, have you ever had an outer body experience while performing? Like, got the shivers, like you just felt it.
The poem took over.
Yeah. Come on now.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I remember the poem took over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was. What was I?
Mm.
I think I was in Sacramento. I was doing big shit.
Mm.
Yeah, I was doing.
Shout out beneficial.
Yeah, beneficial. What was it? What was this thing I was doing it? But I was doing a poem about my mom. It was just like I got it, and it was like I don't even remember saying the poem. It was like my mind was just an autopilot going through it, but I was just. It was like I was going through it like back in that time. Like I was back when I was 8 years old. I was seeing the domestic violence like right in front. I don't know what my body was doing. I was going through those feelings and emotions. I broke my glasses.
Yeah.
I think almost at the end of the performance, I was almost crying. And you know what I'm saying? It was just like, damn. I was like, God, just give me. But you know, you will have that if what you really speak is true to your heart. It was really going on. Like I'm not here to just put a bunch of words together that sound good and it rhyme or trying to push a false narrative or whatever the hot button topic is to talk about. Like that's not the That's not the poetry you're gonna give me.
Right. And that's real, man. When y'all see him perform, it's raw. It's great performance and it's really deep. Like I love hearing every time I'm in the back, like line for line, but I sound like it's new to me. You know what I mean? Like, but that's what it's like minister to society. Feel me? And that's what you gonna get when you go see this brother perform. You feel me? But you working hard out there, man. What's coming up? What's next? All the things, you feel me?
Boy, let's see. We got Solo 19 this Saturday, May 3rd, 2025. The very next Saturday, we're doing 510 Day. 510 Day, we'll have an open mic booth at Cleveland Cascade again. Just type it in the map, Cleveland Cascade. We got the 510 booth. My man O2 has got the poetry party that's coming up May 31st at Acoma. We got OC Honey. She's going to have her open mic on first Friday in June. First Fridays in June. Then we'll probably have the Father's Day open mic, Father's Day themed. Well, we'll do the Mother's Day themed open mic in May, and then we'll do the Father's Day open mic themed in May. Then we'll do the Juneteenth in May. Then we're going to do the Juneteenth Day show. Like I said, man, we out here working, man.
Yeah.
And we really out here to push this culture forward, because who else going to do it?
Who else gonna do it but yourself?
Nah, you know, after the pandemic, we lost a lot of artists, and things like that. I'm gonna tell you, it really destroyed the poetry community. A lot of artists never came back. A lot of these places that used to hold spaces for open mics didn't exist anymore. And you know, I can't say I'm the one that's saving the pool, nothing like that. But you know what I'm saying? It's like I can do my part. We don't kind of know how to put a little event together. We can find a nice space. We can have these opportunities, and you know what I'm saying? We can keep pushing. There's a lot of people come out, and I said I was going to talk about this, but I'm just it. There's a lot of people that want to throw an open mic or a poetry event because think it's like a quick lick. Well, I heard that's what's hot in the street.
Come on now.
Just throw me a little open mic real quick, you know what I'm saying? Maybe quick, but I ain't finna pay none of the artists out here. I sold tickets with it.
I ain't trying to do what? I ain't finna pay the artists?
I'm not finna pay the artists. I sold these tickets $5, $10 to get in. I couldn't even be like, man, let me shoot you the gas. You know, whatever, or something like that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, they not let it in. The second time they throw a show, nobody show up. Oh, I give up. Because like it's a lick. You know what I'm saying? I've been in shows where nobody showed up. Me and O2 sat there like, damn, I had to pay $600 for artists to perform and only made $200. Like, man, I didn't look at it like, well, I'm gonna give up. I said, man, how am I gonna promote this harder? I'm gonna get more people to come out and find out about this particular show. Because I had a meeting with Brandon. Brandon Lee, America's Got Talent.
Shout out Brandon Leaks.
And he was like, man, you know what? We're no longer feature artists. We're headliners. He was like, we should be getting paid to, you know what I'm saying, come perform and everything like that. From that moment on, I was like, I'm going to pay every artist that perform at my events. If you do my event, and I don't do that shit for the fruit. I don't ask you to. You know what I'm saying? I'm for sure get you some money like that because I appreciate you as an artist. You know what I'm saying? And I want you to get paid for shit. Kind of scumbag, sell $20 tickets to a show and can't get a artist nothing. You know what I'm saying? Or and try to put 30 people on the lineup and call it exposure. How you having exposure if you don't have nobody in the audience that can curate or do anything like that? It's just a quick look and you fake. That's why these other open mics don't survive. That's why you see them up 1 or 2 times and you don't hear about it no. But shit, we only on 2 years strong and we keep pushing. You're real one still out here. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, Ray and Monique out there and they've been doing their thing for a minute. I respect them. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. I don't really respect these fly by night open mics and high school. Get out the culture, man. Get out the way. Keep pushing it.
It ain't glorified. You know what I mean? There's, and I can attest to that, having my own open mic for a little bit and nobody being up in the crowd. You gotta say 3-4 pieces in yourself to keep it going. Ask your partners, hey, can you come down here real quick, man, to get on the mic real quick? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you push through it though. Like, yeah, you know what? I gotta keep the same positive energy and the positive vibes, because we can tell as an audience when we see you up there on the mic, if you don't have the energy, like some artists is like, if you don't sound like you believe what you say, I think it's
and they went,
yeah. But if you as the host, if you up there like, I'm depressed because I see like it's 3 people out there and it's like some other people not really paying attention. You like, well, you know, I'm gonna say your it's like, nah, you gonna come in there with that same energy. Say yo, peace. You know what I mean? Like I watched it though, but to remain strong and diligent because you believe in the culture and why you kept going. That's what I'm saying. So I respect you as a man out here and as an artist and as a curator, man. Gosh, I had to say yo, peace podcast.
Right on, man. And I want to just jump into, you feel me, just a little bit more stuff of what you do. You got depth, bro. You got a lot of depth. You're an artist too. I've seen some paintings you did.
Oh yeah,
when you start painting and drawing, bro, like a little crazy on that shit.
Art to me is just more, I do it when I feel inspired to do it. That's why I can never do it professionally, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, but when I get inspired to draw something, I feel like, man, I want to draw this, you know, this is a particular image that comes to mind. Like I can still do it, but I feel like if I have to do it, like if somebody comes and says, hey, can you draw me this picture? I'd be like, nah, I don't feel it in my spirit to draw it. And you're not going to, you know, we artists. If it ain't what I want to give you, you can't
tell an artist what to do. Just want y'all to know.
That's how it is with art though, but every now and then I get inspired. I keep a book, I still sketches, draw pictures. I'll post them on Instagram every now and then, but you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. That's dope, man.
Yeah, so I got like my little stickers and stuff. I'm gonna have some more merch coming soon though, I promise. I'm just trying to find the right little situation, and I'm gonna have that merch coming real soon though. So you're gonna have that Afro ENT all.
I'm gonna drop all of that up in there. You know what I mean? The links, you feel me? It'll be up in the description and all of that good stuff. You feel me? So man, like you're a father too, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I got 3 grown ass kids. You know what I'm saying? For sure. And you know, the cat out the bag, so you might as well know I got a little baby on the way too. You know what I'm saying? I got a little girl coming. You don't see how. You'll see the name on it, folks. But it's Relaya 7 Elaine Bradford. You know what I'm saying? Coming in July 2025. Maybe I'll post a pic when the baby comes or something. That shit crazy though. You know what I'm saying? It's my first girl on my side of the family. So, you know, it's very interesting what's about to happen. I'm probably gonna be like this. How little girls we have.
And you got 3 boys, right?
Yes.
Yeah. How's that in the black father raising 3 young black men? Like, bro, how was that? Talk a little bit about like some of the things that you love seeing and some of the challenges that you had, because I don't think people really know like what comes with actually being a present father and all of that.
Yeah, man. Well, my 2 youngest sons, actually, they grew up in Florida. They live with their mom. I was always in their life. Visit up there in the city. But my oldest son, I actually got custody of him when he was 5. I got full custody. So I was a single father, single parent. So it was just me and him out here. And, you know, I was barely like 29 years old. Like I'm 18, barely 19 years older than my first. So, you know, I was and we growing up together. We raising each other. But, you know what I'm saying? Like being on 85th and Oakland, like I'm in the heart of these. So, you know, I got to make sure I watch my son, but it's just me. You know what I'm saying? So I always tell people I'm a baby mama. Just like, you know what I'm saying? But I have those same worries and concerns. People just think you should do. It's like, nah, I ain't not love my son. I can't not be scared about my son going to school. I can't be scared about the things that a young black man has to worry about out here in the streets. I remember the police balling on one. It was like 14, you know, I'm sitting outside in the back of the police car. And I'm like, my heart pumping like, man, what happened or whatever. He had like not a fake gun, but it was like on the 4th of July, a little zoo with all the fireworks. He was like, I spent the corner and I saw him run or whatever. And I was so scared. I told my son, like, don't ever run. Like, if you got something like that as a gun and you walking down the street with that, like, that's not cool. Like, anything could have happened. And just my fears of, you know what I'm saying, just him going Oakland politics.
Yeah.
You can always be in the wrong place at the wrong time, but you know, you don't want to restrict your kids from them to have the freedom to do things. And that was just my biggest fear, and making sure he graduates.
Yeah.
You know, so making sure that he had something, you know what I'm saying, future orientated in his mind. It's not just let me get out of high school or let me do some money spreads or let me just look good for social media. Like, nah, really instilling in him have a mind to be, you know what I'm saying, a better man out here.
Yeah.
Not have no kid. You know what I'm saying? But to avoid, you know what I'm saying, just the traps of, you know what I'm saying, just being a over-sexualized teenager, a teenager with the entitlement, with no type of responsibility to take care of themselves.
Right.
You know, I can just live here. You know, parents shouldn't be kicking their kids out. I could be able to live here. Like, nah, brother. You know, you got to get some money. You got to, you know, whether you can get it at school, you can go to work, but just try to be more.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
that shit scared the hell out of you, though, brother.
Yeah. Man, that's what I appreciate, though, bro, because it's like, it's real, bro. Those real emotions, like, when we'll sit here and say, we need to steady shit, but when you had a kid, you invested in them, I mean, almost everything draws some type of anxiety with you. You feel me? Sometimes I go by my son's school when I ain't doing that and just hit the block, see if it's cool, because it's just like, man, like, yeah, you want to protect them.
I mean, my son was and it wasn't just like, I mean, it was cell phones, but it wasn't like any type of social media or anything like that. And then my son, you know, he went to Howard. We was around 85th, so it's like, man, you know what I'm saying, you know, catch the bus, you know what I'm saying, catch the bus from school, you know, and you in what was like the 3rd grade. I'm like, he hell young. Yeah. But it was like I was in a situation I can't really afford to send into the child care.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? So bus stop is right here. I remember walking up to the bus stop like, hey, y'all, like, look, this is very important. Like, this is what's gonna be from now on. Yeah. And he was like 8 years old. I was like, such a son, 8 years old. I said, I pray God keep his ears over you and protect him and just make sure you get up this hill to school every day.
But that's what you do, man. That's what young brothers need. They need responsibility, because responsibility comes with trust. Because now we earning both of our trust here. Mm-hmm. You know, you earning the trust that, you know, I'm gonna show you it. Now I'm gonna let you do it on your own. So he's Dad, and need a little bit of freedom, so I can walk the block by myself. Now I'm feeling like I'm a little bit more of a man now, and I don't want to mess that up, because, you know what I mean, he already gave me the game. What should I look out for? How to catch the bus? How to get home? Keep up the keys.
Around your neck.
Yeah.
But then, you know, being a single father is that I also have to have balance. Because then now I have to be the mother. Because sometimes it's like when situations happen, I had to figure out, do I be dad first than the mom? Or do I be the mom first than the dad?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because a certain situation, you can't always be like, get up, so fed up. He's like, damn, I like fell on his bike one time, and I was like, I really got to pick him up and caress him, like, because he's hurt. Like, so I had to really go, oh, okay, you know, rub on it, you know, as a dude, like, man, you got to be the man. You all right? You all right? Like, damn, that shit fucked up. Okay, well, you know, so we going to call if you wrap this up. But in that state of pain, it was like, I had to, like, rub his head.
Did you get that though when you was younger? Did your pops, you know what I mean?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah, but you know what I'm saying? Like, say, for being a single father, understanding that it's just me and him, his mother was not around. And all that shit. So it's like, I have to, in situations, I can't always be, I have to create some type of balance so he feels, okay, I respect my dad as a man, but, you know, I can also go talk to him and I don't have to feel like, you know, he's going to treat me, he's going to be a little bit more sensitive to, you know, what I have to say to make him more comfortable with sharing information. But, hell yeah,
these kids, man,
Hey, he graduated from Oakland Tech 2013. Hey, he's a little dog.
Shout out. What's your oldest son?
Older son named Lil Mom.
Shout out Lil Mom.
Tyree Bradford Jr.
Hey,
it was 595.
Hey,
he out there in Houston, Texas right now doing his thing.
Hey, still.
Hell yeah, my little son, Trey Ramon. Instead of calling Ramon III. Trey Ramon. Nicholas Bradford graduates from Ohio Northern University this year.
Shout out to educated brother.
Wait a minute, hold on. And then shout out to Ty Cameron Nicholas Bradford. That's how young he is. Graduating from FAMU next year.
Let's go.
Boy, I'm trying to tell you, man, I'm trying to make self-sufficient men out here.
Let's go, man.
I can't understand how a dude could be like, nah, dad, I like getting have kids and fuck around and do the same shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have the opportunity to everything that you wanted. You can beat your kids, which I think is even a greater feeling.
Yeah.
Like, man, I wish my daddy did tomorrow. So
Yeah.
And shit, stop playing.
Yeah. And then see what people don't talk about, like you hear people glorifying like nowadays, because as if it's a thing like we not in their lives. But they don't talk about like sometimes you gotta be the bad guy as a father, or perceived as the bad guy because you being tough on them. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, but that just comes into how active you are in life. Maybe you can't pop up every 3 or 4 months and try to issue some discipline. And I don't respect. Yeah. How come every time I see you, it has to be disciplinary contact?
yeah.
I mean, you ain't just pulled up on a Friday. It's nice outside. Look, I see you drive out. That's your daddy.
Yeah.
No, you ever to grab a little ice cream real quick.
Right.
Grab me a quick little ride in the car. You know what I'm saying? And people forget about, as a parent, the little things that mean so much to as a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody ever had that favorite uncle. You just let him get in your car. Well, yes. Oh, man, could I hit a ride? Well, just drive me around the corner. He doesn't do that. You just like being presents. You know what I'm saying? Or, favorite auntie, like, over there, she healed or something. I like, auntie, you should let me watch the little bit. And you have that. So you don't know, as a parent, you know what I'm saying, what opportunities are you missing, or what opportunities are you deprived of your kid?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Being selfish, just thinking, oh, okay, well, they gonna do what I say. Nah.
Yeah.
It's an exchange of trust. And once they see that you're there, and they, you know, they may not fully understand the situation, why you and a mother not together, or how y'all not in a house, but they shouldn't have to worry about that. You should be like, I don't care what's going on with my mom and daddy. Man, if I call my daddy, hey, you gonna pick me up after school?
Yeah.
Can you bring me some of that lunch? I'll get back to you.
So switch gears a little bit, man. So we did a performance. We brought a bunch of artists together to do a performance for the juvenile correctional facility. And that was probably like the highlight of my year. Moved that last year. Yeah, that was last year, man. That was
bars behind bars.
Yeah. What did that mean to you? How did you get connected on that particular thing? And you know what I mean? What is, again, like I'm showing like the depth of this man, and what he does is not just for poetry. It's not just for, again, to make a quick buck. It's not just to be seen, but we talking about things that sometimes go unseen. And that I don't believe in like tooting your own horn on the good things you do yourself, but I can share how great of an experience we had, and I know the smiles on them young men's faces. So how did that happen?
Actually, another poet, Lee Shani acting Bonnie.
Shani.
She actually works for Contra Costa in Cal Berkeley or whatever, and she had opportunities like, hey man, I know you're dope. I feel your poetry, or whatever. Would you like to come and speak to some kids in a hall, in a writing class or whatever, and be one of the judges for poetry? Right. So I went through there one day, and I wanted to be a classroom poem for it, and it was like great. Yeah. And I was like, hey, well, you know what? If you ever want to do like a small event, I'm gonna bring some artists in here, and we can just go on the event, tell them to write, and they'll have a chance to perform too. Yeah. It was like excellent. And that's why I chose you, or at Epitome, and O2, the good bad guy. And, you talk about a highlight. That is one of the highlights, is actually going in. That's how you know this work is real and is rooted toward healing and changing minds and saving lives. Yeah, because we're in the juvenile hall. We're teaching these young men, and who knows what crimes. We can't disclose what some of these crimes were or their names or anything like that. But some of the things that these young people were going through and in this situation, and to hear the hope, to hear some of their dreams, to like, what I'm in here for doesn't define me. Yeah. But them having that expression and having a good time. I know you had your group over there. I'm like, at the end, everybody just go, all artists are here. Yeah. And everybody had a pile of people around them. It wasn't like everybody was focused on one artist. It was like, oh, man, I had yours. There were people talking, and we made connections with people, like sit down with these young men, away from cameras, or even the counselors and the police, like we over there really talking, communicating, and sharing. The openness that some of these young men were, like, would be complete strangers to really say, hey, so, or whatever they disclosed us. And it's like, this is a real connection. And they write things down like, oh man, brother, I thank you for your advice. You know what I'm saying? It was life changing. So I know you get your thing too, brother.
Yeah, right on, man. Right on, man. I appreciate that, man. And that's what I'm saying. This is the stuff that goes on in the community. This is the stuff that goes on behind the scenes that's probably never talked about. We ain't gotta put everything out on social media for everybody to see so they can like. It's just some things that you just called to do, and then you answer to the Most High. And then you keep going because the Most High is using you in certain ways that you never knew that you would be used. But what you're doing is you cultivating, creating a more positive world, and giving that energy to these young people that's gonna take off with it and it's gonna fly. And just like we talking about flying with the young,
I believe that love is uncontrollable force. It's a silent killer that shows up.